Oh, wow, that's scandalous. So, whether it's a 5.5 or 6.5, it doesn't matter. It's 140 miles of area where we're shifting from Cayman Islands all the way over to where the 7.7 earthquake is. That lets you know the size of the region that's shifting. So let's go over and look back at the USGS plate boundary map then, since we're doing this funny business with downgrading. And we're going to open up the tectonic plates. See the stair step right here? Now the new 6.5 is right here, or 5.5, whatever. And then over to the east is our 7.7. That's the area that's shifting right here. But if it's shifting right there, what do you think is going to happen downstream over to the east and over to the west? That's going to compensate too. So I would say we would watch from the stair-step pattern here across the central Caribbean, going over to the east, and we have already issued our warning for Puerto Rico to watch for something similar in size. Now, whether it's a 5.5 or 6.5, I don't think the people in Puerto Rico are going to really see a difference unless it strikes on land. If a 5.5 strikes out in the ocean, they're not going to worry about it. 5.5 strikes on land, it's enough where there's already weakened structures. Now imagine it one magnitude higher, 6.5 in Puerto Rico in the next 7 days. That would be just like the last large earthquake that just hit then, wouldn't it? So whether it's 5.5 or 6.5 coming into Puerto Rico in the next few days, I'm going to lean towards the higher end because this is a huge area to shift. 150 miles of plate boundary shifting here means 150 miles of plate boundary shiftage all the way over to the east. And theoretically, should also correspond over to the west. The only difference is over to the west we have volcanoes here, which should start to erupt. But I don't forecast volcanoes. We're just talking about the seismic activity, and the new star is where the new 6.5 or whatever sized earthquake is. Now we can jump back over to Twitter if we need to. You guys can do that on your own. I'm going to save this as a video so people can get it back out to the world and just let them know another earthquake has struck 140 miles across. This whole section of the Caribbean is shifting, and whether it's a new 6.5 or 5.5, it's going to be rolling over to the east in the next several days. 140 mile shifting is nothing to ignore. If you're on YouTube or if you're on Twitch, guys, let me remind you to have an earthquake plan. Good time to develop an earthquake plan is right now. You can use these large earthquakes down in the Caribbean as an excuse. And all you really need to do is think about where you're going to take shelter if a large earthquake strikes first. Whether you're outside or inside. If you're going outside, you have a pre-designated area. Same with inside. Table or a desk, if you're going to stay inside, underneath, it's not going to support a collapsing structure. So that's why you've got to know what type of structure you're in, and again, whether or not it can survive a large earthquake. So keep watch, have a plan, be prepared, and I will be back if anything else goes down. Peace out, guys.